Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to call to order the Waukegan City Council's Public Works and Infrastructure Committee meeting for Tuesday, February 21st, 2023. Time is 5 p.m. If I may have a roll call, please.
Alderman Turner.
Here.
Alderman Seeger.
Present.
Alderman Bolton.
Present.
Alderman Kirkwood. Alderman Newsom.
Present.
Thank you. I'd like a motion to approve the minutes, from the meeting, Public Works Committee meeting of January 17th. Motion by Alderman Newsom. Have a second? Have a second? Second by Alderman Bolton. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Audience time. Is there any member of the audience who would like to address this committee regards any item on the agenda? Once, twice, 3 times. All right. Tonight we're going to hold a public hearing regards the PEID for lead service line replacement project. And I'd like a motion to open the public hearing for that. Motion by Alderman Newsom.
I second.
Second by Alderman Bolton. Roll call, please.
Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Alderman Seeger.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Thank you all. Item B, public testimony and comments. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to make comments or give testimony regards the lead service line replacement project? Once, twice, 3 times. Thank you. All right, discussion from committee members. Do we have a presentation tonight? We have a presentation. Who's presenting? Who's?
You can come up.
You just grab the microphone off there. There you go.
So I have a short presentation on the preliminary environmental impacts determination hearing.
Well, introduce yourself first.
Okay. I'm Diane Moeller with Robinson Engineering.
Okay, Diane, thank you.
Thanks. So this hearing is a requirement of the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency applying for their SRF, that's the State Revolving Funds Loan Program. This is on the lead service line replacements project, and a little bit about background about this. A service line is the about 1-inch line that connects the home to the water main and brings water into your home. The map of the prioritization. So this project plan is for 5 years of replacements, assuming 400 service lines are replaced per year. And the areas of the city where you're going to have replacements are shown in the map above in each year. The funding this year is assumed to be $4 million per community, 100% forgiven. That is going to run out this year. After that funding, we are going to have about $100 million per year for 5 years. 49% of that is going to be forgiven. So we're assuming $10,000 per lead service line replacement for a total cost of $60 million over the 15 years of the project. Tonight's hearing is only for the first 5 years, and that's assuming, that's an estimate about $20 million. So hypothetical payback scenario, 1 year at current loan terms, if there's no forgiveness, then it's $4 million at 20 years at 1.04% interest. That's $222,000 per year for 20 years. And we can pay for that with a 3% increase in water rates for the next 5 years. The other situation this year would be 100% forgiveness where you don't have to pay it back. Now, this is for future loan terms. If the IEPA has new loan terms with the new funding source from the federal infrastructure grant, and that's going to be 5 years, $20 million, 30 years at 0% interest. That's $650,000 per year for 30 years. The other part of this hearing tonight is the environmental impact concerns of this project. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers was consulted on the impact of this project, and they determined that there will be no impacts to water features or wetlands. The State Historic Preservation Agency also said adverse impacts to historic parcels are unlikely. And the Illinois Department of Natural Resources said that there will be adverse effects of endangered species are also unlikely. So we've got 10 days that we have to have a public comment period where we are getting public comments either to the city clerk, to myself, or Rachel Heaton, the IEPA project manager. We have comment forms over here for anyone to fill that out. And after the 10-day comment period, the IEPA is prepared to give final project plan approval. And thank you, that's it.
All right, thank you very much. For the committee members, any questions or comments? Alderman Bolton?
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for your presentation. And I just want to know, can I get a copy of that?
Sure, I can give a copy of the presentation, and I have a copy of the script as well that I could provide too.
Great. And then I just have one more question. What are some of the factors that cause the water increase rate?
So that is if the city does not get forgiveness. So right now, the IEPA is looking at prioritizing different projects based on city characteristics, such as like median household income, poverty rates, things like that. If the city does not qualify for forgiveness, then we have to find the funds from the water and sewer fund. So you are not committed to raising rates. You could look at other ways of funding this, but typically that's one option. So our firm is currently doing an analysis of different municipalities and how they're doing variations of cost-sharing programs, and we could provide that information for you once we have it.
Thank you.
Anyone else? All right, so I have a question as well.
Yeah.
Excuse me. When do these funds become available? When do you actually start?
So the IEPA has a deadline for final project plan approval of March 31st. And then from March 31st to about June, they score all of the projects with project plan approval, and they come out in June with their intended use plan and intended funding list. And then if Waukegan is on that list, they can go out to bid, open bids in about August, and then the IEPA reviews the bids. That can take three to 5 months. So construction would start in the winter, probably November at the earliest, possibly February.
So one of the things, it's not uncommon for our neighbors to have a collapsed or broken, interrupted service line, and it's financially burdensome. So is there any way that we could help these situations where they've got a collapsed line? Maybe we're going to have to replace it anyway. So as an example, I have someone in my neighborhood, they've got this situation. Sewage is, well, we're talking about the fresh water, so, yeah. Okay, disregard.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'd say, I know
No, let me finish the thought then. And so forget sewage. If there is a fresh water line, feed line is broken, it's collapsed now. And so the individual would have to pay to have it dug up and fixed and repaired. Is there a concern about lead pipes for the?
For the sanitary sewer?
Yeah, for the sanitation?
No, there's not. So
Just the feed line? Right.
just the feed, just the water.
So if someone has a feed line problem, they dig it up, they fix it now, and then in November you come by and you say, hey, you know what, you have a feed line problem,
Right.
we're gonna do it again.
So if there's an issue with their service line now where they replaced it, then they will have to replace it with a copper service. And so they wouldn't be in the lead service line replacement program anymore.
Would
they
they
had-
be reimbursed under this program?
So anyone who replaced a lead service before the city received funding would not be eligible for reimbursement under the loan program. That would be a city decision.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that last part of what you said? Thank you.
Yeah, so if a resident replaces their lead service outside of this loan program, it's not eligible for reimbursement under the current Illinois Administrative Code, but it would be a city decision to reimburse a resident outside of this program. Yes. So we just recently got some new prices, and the full cost of replacement is about $10,000. That's not including engineering costs and engineering fees. So the prices are increasing with time. So we're looking at $12,000 to $15,000.
Okay, great, thanks. All right, thank you very much.
Yep.
Great presentation. And if I may, I'd like to have a motion to close the public hearing. Motion by Alderman Newsom, second by Alderman Seager. All in favor? Or, I'm sorry, we need a roll call on that. Roll call?
Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Bowden.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
And no old business. Under new business, excuse me, item A, I'd like a motion for a resolution approving the purchase of an excavator from Burris Equipment per section 2-458 subsection I, subsection 3 of the joint purchasing agreement through Sourcewell for a not to exceed amount of $81,203.48.
So move.
Motion by Alderman Newsom,
Second.
second by Alderman Bolton. Roll call, please. Are there any questions? Okay, roll call.
Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Bowden.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item B, I'd like a motion for a resolution approving the Amherst Lake Apartments Retention Pond Survey with Ciorba per section 2-458 subsection I, subsection 4, professional services for a not to exceed amount of $9,504. May I have a motion, please?
So move.
Motion by Alderman Newsom.
I second.
Second by Alderman Seager. Roll call, any questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Bowden.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Item C, I'd like a motion for a resolution approving a change order and contract extension with Ciorba for additional work and rate increases on the Glen Rock Culvert replacement for an amount not to exceed $30,226.60. Is there a motion the motion is by Alderman Newsom. Second by Alderman Seager. Questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Alderman Seager. Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item D. Like a motion for an ordinance authorizing the IEPA loan agreement with the City of Waukegan from the Public Water Supply Loan Program for a not-to-exceed amount of $25 million. Is there a motion?
I motion.
Motion by Alderman Bolton. Second by Alderman Seager. Questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Alderman Seager. Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item E, I'd like a motion for a resolution approving the purchase of a 2022 Ford F-250 truck from Coons Auto Group per Section 2-458, subsection I, subsection 7, good subsection related to good faith waiver for a not-to-exceed amount of $68,262.26. May I have a motion? Motion by Alderman Seager,
I second.
second by Alderman Bolton. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Alderman Seager. Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. There are no reports or communications. Maybe just a little bit. Chris, what have you heard? Anything further about the forecasted ice event tomorrow night? Any updates on that to your knowledge?
No updates as of right now. It's still the same.
Okay, great. All right. May I have a motion to adjourn? Motion by Alderman Newsome,
I second.
second by Alderman Bolton. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you. Aye.